Hey guys, this is the first in the series of video guide videos that I'm going to be doing. A lot of people in the stream have been asking me to teach them how to play Wizard, how to choose their add-ons, how to make their gear, how do they do content, like certain pieces of content, when should they do certain pieces of content. There's a bunch of questions, and I don't mind answering those in stream. I enjoy it, but I'm not always there. I'm not always able to answer. So I figured with all the demand and all the new players being, brought into the game, I would start making some guides on how to do it. So this guide is going to be about skill add-ons and how to choose them and all that stuff. In this video, we're going to go over what is a skill add-on. We're going to start from there, and then we're going to talk about what it means to choose your own add-ons versus to use someone else's, because those are two very different situations. And how I feel about those two options is very different, and I think understanding what choosing those options means is important. And then we'll go over what types of add-ons are there, and I'm not talking about like what do the add-ons do, like AP, an AP buff add-on versus a DP reduction add-on. No, we're not going over that. When I say types of add-ons, we're going to talk about something different. And we're also going to be going over, after you have all that information, how do you actually choose your add-ons? Like, how do what's the process? What's the mindset you have to go through? But that's we're gonna go over it. And obviously down below, I will segment out the video. So if you want to skip around to the section you're most interested in, you can. But if you're kind of new to add-ons and you have no idea what you're doing when it comes to them, I highly recommend just sticking around through the whole thing and listen to me ramble. So let's get started with it. So first, what is an add-on, right? So an add-on, for those you don't know, you can open your skill menu, and at the top you have these various tabs, right? It'll probably be when you open it under main or awakening, right? It's whatever you've been messing with, leveling or whatnot. There's also this tab over here, skill add-ons, and this shows the add-ons that you currently have selected. It might be empty if you're new and you're trying to figure out how to do it, or maybe it has whatever else you had in there before. But yeah, so these are what add-ons are, and what they do is they add on extra effects to your skills. So if I hover over the Blizzard, right? Like Blizzard, I have an add-on attack speed, casting speed reduction, and movement speed reduction for the people I hit. If you hover over that, you'll see way at the bottom, a skill with an add-on on it has a new section on the skill description that says skill add-on, and then it has what I put on it. And that's not just in this menu. So if I go back to my main hand, I scroll down to Blizzard, I can't show you absolute. The absolutes and ultimates won't show the add-ons, but the base skill will. And see, there's the add-on. And just because it doesn't list the add-on on the ultimate absolute doesn't mean it's an effect. It's always an effect. It's just how the game lists it. And then what other ones I had, for example, I know Aqua Jail had it. So if I go to Aqua Jail, I hover over Aqua Jail, there's the add-on. So that's what skill add-ons are. They're very useful. They actually can make quite a big difference if you build them correctly and choose the correct ones for your playstyle. So speaking of picking and choosing add-ons, what does it mean to pick and choose your own add-ons, right? So the way add-ons should be chosen based around how you play your character, right? It should be based around your playstyle, how you use the class, what skills you like to use, when do you like to use them, that kind of stuff. And that's why I always think personally it's better to choose your own add-ons, because then you don't have to conform yourself to someone else's playstyle. That's a very big thing, and it makes learning the class easier, because now you don't have to try to learn what someone else is trying to teach you. You can learn it in your own way. Because if you choose someone else's add-ons, not that there's anything wrong with that. If you're more comfortable doing that, looking up an add-on set or using like mine or another big creators or skilled players add-ons, is you're more than welcome to. No big deal. But if you're doing that, you have to realize you can't just put the add-ons in and instantly think, "Oh, I I'm good. Everything's set. I don't have to do anything else. I just put the add-ons in and I'm good to go." It's not the case. Because the way that players' add-ons are set up is probably very specific to how they play the class and how they play the game, which means you have to understand why they chose what they chose and start using the skills in similar ways that they use theirs to get the full effect out of the add-ons. You can just slap add-ons on Like you can just slap them on and play the game, and they'll still help. Like it's not like they're gonna do nothing. You definitely do need to understand why they chose them, and you'll kind of see that as we go through the rest of the video, like what I mean by that. So now we're gonna go on to types of add-ons. So there are 4 types of add-ons in general. I would split them into 4 categories. So there are neutral state add-ons. So neutral state add-ons is basically, it's kind of like a fighting game term. Forgive me, I'm play a lot of fighting games off stream, so the best name I could think of. So neutral is basically you're not offensive or defensive. You're just kind of sitting in the fight. You're not trying to kill anyone. You're not trying to defend yourself. You're just kind of trying to stay protected and stay alive. So those are like neutral add-ons. Good add-ons to use like when you're not really attacking or defending. You're just kind of like in the lull between those. There's pre-buffs and combo starters, which I kind of put those together in one because they can be used for the same thing. And pre-buffs and combo starter add-ons focus on giving your character buffs. They focus on buffing your character and making it stronger so that the rest of the damage you're about to throw out hurts more. Then there's re-CC add-ons, and re-CC add-ons tend to focus on debuffing enemy characters. So basically I call it a re-CC add-on because it's going to be on skills that you use in a combo to re-CC them. So like, for example, on my Awakening Wizard, skills I often will re-CC people with after a catch are my Core Bolide of Destruction, Water Sphere as well, I use to re-CC, Cataclysm. You know, those 3 skills, if I get a catch, those are the skills I'm pressing to re-CC them so I can continue the combo, right? And those add-ons you will tend to focus on debuffing. Then the last type is just combo filler. Combo filler add-ons are just kind of like, I feel like they're the least necessary one to have, in my opinion, but some people like them a lot, so I'm including it in the list. And all combo filler add-ons are is they don't really do anything buffing or debuff wise. They just kind of add on extra damage or extra effects to your skills that can make your combo deal a little bit extra damage to get that kill once in a while if it was close. So those are the 4 add-on types. That is kind of how you split them up. And now you're going to see how it all comes together, because we're going to go and I'm going to go show you, for example, how to set up some add-ons. So if you don't know about this thing up here, this handy magnifying glass up to the top right next to the mini map, you click that and you can find some NPCs like this. The only NPC that you can do add-ons at is a skill instructor. So if you just click skill instructor, you'll see now I have an auto path on my map. And it's going to take me to the closest skill instructor, which for Heidel is way over here. So here's the skills instructor that we found. You're just going to talk to him. This is the guy who's going to do all the work for you. You're going to click on skill add-on on the bottom, which brings up the skill add-on window. And this is where you're going to do all of your skill add-on stuff anytime you need to do it. So yours might be empty. You'll notice that my add-ons, compared to what you might have saw earlier on, is just a bunch of random crap right now. That's because I wanted to go through my process and kind of go through the process I explained earlier. We're going to go through and pick it one piece at a time. So the first piece of the combo, if you guys remember, is the pre-buff / combo starter, or the catch, right? So for me, I personally enjoy using Hellfire as a catch a lot. So we're going to pick that as a combo starter. And if you remember from the previous segment, pre-buff combo starter add-ons tend to have buffs for your character as the best option. So I'm going to put on extra damage to players, and then a casting speed buff, and that's going to help my combo go off with more damage and just more better in general, right? Then we're going to go to the second part of your combo, which is your re-CC, right? This is the thing that is going to be the big CC, like a knockdown, that kind of stuns them or CCs them for a while so you can throw out as much damage as possible. And if you remember what I was talking about, the re-CC add-ons should be debuff focused. So you want to reduce their DP, reduce their evasion. You want to make them take more damage from you. So my re-CC, or one of them at least, that I like to use a lot is Bolide. So, and that's because it's the core Bolide destruction, which has a knockdown on it. And so we want to debuff them, right? So we're going to look for, through this list of effects, for nice debuffs. Like here's a nice minus 15 DP for the target, so he has less defense. And then maybe he's an evasion target as well. So let's also reduce his evasion rate minus 4% for 10. So that's going to ensure, right, that when I use Hellfire, I'm buffed, I'm stronger. And then I re-CC him and he's debuffed. So now I'm stronger, he's weaker. Whatever damage I throw out at the end is going to be a lot more effective. And then that brings us to the rest of the add-ons, which are all combo filler add-ons. So combo filler add-ons don't really buff you or debuff their defenses. They kind of either do one of two things. They add some extra damage into the combo, or they debuff the target in a way so that once they get up, they are in a disadvantaged state. And I'll kind of go over what that means in a second here. So one of my combo fillers, right, is just like skills I like to throw out in combos in general, is, for example, Magma Bomb, right? I throw that out of my combos all the time to throw extra damage. It doesn't CC, it doesn't catch, it just kind of throws damage, right, during the combo. So I want to kind of try to take advantage of that and make it increase the damage a bit. So we're going to add some bleed onto it, for example, and then maybe some crit damage onto it to just make it have a little bit more oomph, right? And we're going to add that on, right? So that's what I mean by that is an example of a combo filler add-on that focuses on just kind of increasing the damage of the combo purely. The other type of add-on you can do for combo filler, like I was saying, is an add-on that makes the opponent end up in a worse state after the combo if somehow they survive. So another combo filler I like to use is Aqua Jail Explosion. And this add-on, I would like to kind of screw with the opponent so that if they manage to get away, if the combo doesn't one-shot them, they're kind of in a bad state, and it's going to be easier for me to catch them again because of the state they're in. So Aqua Jail, if you notice, is a skill that by default already reduces their movement speed by 20%. So we're going to kind of double stack that, right? We're going to go ham on that, and we're going to reduce their attack casting speed and their movement speed. So now it's a 27% movement speed slow, plus it reduces their attack casting speed as well. So at the end of my combo, when I'm doing my combo filler skills, right, and I'm using Aqua Jail, if they don't die from this and they get up and start to go away, they're going to be slowed, which if you're any kind of rat class or speedy class, you know what being slowed feels like. It is not fun, and it makes it easier to catch. So that is the second type of combo filler, right? So you have your damaging combo fillers that just kind of boost the damage of the combo, and then you have ones that still focus on debuffing, but not debuffing in a way to increase their damage like a re-CC would. It debuffs in a way so that it puts the opponent in a disadvantageous state. So that's kind of like a rough combo. So you can see how I kind of built the combo here, right? Start with Hellfire, we catch them with Hellfire, we re-CC them with Bolide, and then we throw damage with Magma Bomb and Aqua Jail. Now there's other skills in there that I haven't included, and that's because I'm a player who doesn't like to go all in. Actually, you know what? Screw it. Let's go all in. So let's look at the other skills I use in my combo typically, right? So I also like to use Barrage of Water as combo filler. This is a tier 3 add-on, so I like to go big with this. We get more crit rate, a down smash, and we add that. And then I also enjoy Chilling Wave. This one I like to focus on more debuffs in terms of like setting them up, so reduce their attack casting speed, reduce their movement speed. So this is what an add-on setup looks like when you go all in on the combo setup, right? So you can see my combo is built out here. Like I was saying, we start off with Hellfire, catch them, re-CC them with Bolide. I'm buffed, they're debuffed now. And then I throw out the rest of my damage, which is Magma Bomb and a Barrage of Water, which will put a bleed on them, and this just deals more damage in general. And Barrage of Water will help re-CC them further with a down smash if I'm lucky, or give me more crit rate for the last couple skills in the combo, which are also filler skills. It's either going to be Aqua Jail or Chilling Wave. You can't do both of these in a combo on a wizard because they're just too slow. Both of them won't go off. You choose one. And these skills at the very end, you see just focus on slowing and debuffing the opponent so that they're in a bad state. But this is not something I typically like to do, because if you do it like this, you're going all in on the combo and you're completely foregoing your neutral game, right? So I would probably just stop at these four: Hellfire, Bolide, Magma Bomb, Aqua Jail for my combo setup. And I would change these out for more neutral game add-ons, right? So for example, something I like to do for a neutral game add-on is pick Blizzard. And Blizzard is a skill that has a very, very heavy slow on it when you're using it. So I like to be super annoying and add even more slow onto it. So Blizzard is a very good neutral skill specifically for wizards. Other classes have good neutral game skills, but it's a skill you're not going to throw out in a combo. You're not going to throw it out in a ball fight. You're going to be kind of off to the side in the neutral game, kind of waiting to see what's happening and throwing it out. And while you're doing that, you're debuffing the entire enemy ball with this giant annoying slow that no one wants to walk through. So that's what I mean by a good neutral game add-on, right? Another thing I like to use as a neutral add-on is Barrage of Water, which I showed you I could use this as a combo add-on. But that's because this skill, I know I don't always use it in combos because it's not always up. I tend to also use it in neutral to stay protected, to get some extra movement out, yada, yada, yada. And because it's a tier 3 add-on, I'm like, okay, I kind of want to let it give me some more staying power and maybe like a pre-buff, right, when I go in. So I'll usually put on a DP boost for me to give me a little more tanky. And then also a crit rate buff as well. It's a very large crit rate buff. It's 30% crit rate for 7 seconds. So when I'm in neutral and I'm just rotating skills, I'm getting tankier, I have more crit rate. When I'm super armor trading, I'm just doing more. So that's kind of like, you can see, hopefully from that, understand how to set up some add-ons, right? Look at how you combo, look at the skills you use in neutral, figure out why do you use those skills, why do you combo with those skills, and then set up the add-ons accordingly. So that's kind of like what I meant earlier when I said copying someone's add-ons isn't useful if you don't understand why they use the add-on. Because let's say you play Awakening Wizard, right? And you're like, oh, I'm going to copy Blue's add-ons, right? Okay, so he likes to use these. Nice. And then it turns out you never use Bolide. It turns out you never use Bolide at all in the way that I use it. This is going to do nothing for you, right? Because if you use Bolide, let's say in neutral, when you're just like trying to super armor trade and stay alive in a ball, debuffing the opponents, yeah, it's good. Like it's not like it's not going to help, but it's not going to be effective as something else in that slot, right? Same thing with the catch, right? Let's say you don't like to use Hellfire as a catch. Maybe you like to use Cataclysm as a catch. You teleport in, you Cataclysm, you CC them with Cataclysm, and then you go off on your combo, right? But then you just use Hellfire in neutral. I mean, yeah, it's nice, you're buffed, but you're probably not going to really be able to take advantage of the buff because it's only 7 seconds. And you're not really guaranteed to be able to throw more damage at the people you're hitting, because they're also going to be iframing and dodging around and forward guarding and trying to just not get hit by you. So that's what I mean. You need to understand your playstyle and the skills you like to use, or if you choose to pick someone else's add-ons, you need to understand why they chose them so that you start using those skills in the proper situation. Otherwise, the add-ons aren't going to be as effective as they could be. So that's what I mean. That's kind of like a summary of how to do add-ons. Hopefully that kind of helps explain it and is informative. If you guys have any more questions, or if you feel like anything I said was vague or needs more explanation, go ahead, leave a comment below the video, and I will catch you in the next one.